I don't necessarily have to until I'm in my late 30s, early 40s.
Yeah.
So like what?
I have a choice at that point.
Yeah. So like what makes a man do that? Because that's something that you've done yourself, even though like you still have all these qualities, and you could still choose not to want to date or to be in a long-term relationship.
Okay, that's a good question. That's a real good question. Like, what makes you kind of choose up, right?
Yeah.
So I think about my girl now. Like, I used to think we've had this discussion a lot, like kind of them being social justice oriented.
Right.
But I don't even think that's true, because then I had to think about the past people I've dated. All of the people I've like really dated, other than like high school, they've been social justice oriented.
Right.
But I think that that's not really what it has to be, because those people, for more or less, I would say they don't always care about people. I think that you can be social justice oriented, but like it be for either yourself or because you think that like injustice is fucked up, or there's a bunch of different things why you can be like social justice oriented. But I'm like a humanitarian. I really care about people very deeply. And I think that like that's something that I kind of see in her, that like she really cares about people. She really wants to help people. So I think that that's really like, that's what I'm learning that I kind of really need. And I've also dated very selfish people. And I'm a very selfless person. So I've been like exploited in a lot of different ways. Not on purpose, but it's just like I'm a taker, or they're a taker and I'm a giver.
Right.
So it's like, oh, I'm gonna take as much as you give, but I'm gonna give you the fucking shirt off my back.
Right.
Because it's just like, that's just the person that I am.
But at some point you're gonna run out of clothes.
And that's what the fuck I've been doing. And I don't feel that same way. But I think that also like it's very important to have someone that balances you out.
Right.
I think that that's something else that I've been kind of working through, is that like I've dated people that are like pretty similar to me in a lot of different ways.
Right.
And it's just like, I don't even know if this sounds bad, but it's like, imagine somebody having the same skill set as you, and like y'all can do it the same, or I can do it a little bit better, maybe a little bit. But like they have the same weaknesses as you, and they like, one, they enable you to kind of fall into your weaknesses, but two, that they like, you watch somebody struggle with the same weaknesses that you have, but they struggle way worse with it, and you try to help them, and it doesn't really work.
Right.
I don't think that like, for me, that has been conducive like relationship wise. So I think that like, I don't know, there's a lot of things that kind of go into like deciding like if you really want to marry somebody. I think that it takes time to getting to learn them, but I think more than anything is being comfortable. I feel like a lot of people I'm with, I'm not with. Like the people that I've decided to date, I'm pretty comfortable, but there's like levels, and I'm learning that there's levels, and it's just like when you can just like, without thinking, just kind of be yourself and just be as silly as or goofy, as just do things without really second guessing. I think that that's really when you kind of know, because it's like you feel secure.
Right.
And not many places in the world do you ever feel secure. Like, feel like, damn, I can do something and this person really won't judge me.
Right.
I think that like, me and my girl be having conversations about shit, and I'll say some shit that's off the wall, but I don't think that like she judges me like, oh, this is a bad person. Like, no, like I can really just give you, and I think you don't get that from many people other than like your parents, maybe. Like your family, maybe. Like, maybe. It's all maybes, right? So it's just like, I think when you're able to just kind of be yourself is really when you can like, oh yeah, like, I can do this. Because it's like a lifetime commitment. Because you can, I don't know, I've been physically attracted to a lot of people. But it's just like, at sometimes that shit fizzles out. So like, what's that other quality that like makes this shit stick?
Yeah.
So what about you?
I think that for me, it's tough, because I've heard dudes say things like, it's not necessarily the women, all the women are sort of like great, but like I might not be in that space for it. I think for me, in terms of like,
yeah, because you're not settled down, so like, what makes you settle down? That's a real question.
Yeah,
you
man.
You gotta think about that before even marriage.
Yeah, that's the thing. So for me, settling down, I think it's also understanding. I get caught up in the high supply, low demand thing, and not because I'm arrogant or think so much of myself, but I know that there are so many great, beautiful, awesome black women, and so meeting them, going out on dates with them, like securing their interest in me is not the issue. I feel weird because I feel now in a space. I feel like I'm in a space now where it's just like, I don't go out on dates thinking, will they like me? I go out on dates thinking, will I like them? And I don't think men men sort of have these conversations with themselves enough because it's always sort of like, oh, like, you know, can I get this woman to like me? Can I get her to like me enough to like sleep with me? Like how many bodies can I rack up? All this stuff. And I'm literally going out on dates and I'm just like, okay, well, can I see myself with you for the long term? And even if I can, am I excited about it? Because I think that a lot of times we don't.
Yeah, because you could be with a lot of people for long term.
Yeah, like it could be. Because my issue isn't that like it couldn't be lit with somebody, but like, am I excited about that? Like, and I don't think that's a conversation that enough of us as men as